Hello, everyone. Welcome to our live stream event called ChatGPT for local business. We're going to get started in just a moment here. We're going to make sure everything is working, first of all. So let's hear from everyone who is on the live stream. If you are here with us live on Wednesday night, December 20th, then go ahead and put a comment in the chat. Let us know that you're here. And then we will get started momentarily. Let me just check and make sure. Yep, it looks like we are broadcasting on Facebook Live, so that's good. Let me mute the streams over here so we can monitor them. But yeah, so my name is Nicholas. I'm the founder of the Port St. Lucie Business Club. We have Jose from Recon Media. He is going to be our special guest of the evening who's going to be talking all about ChatGPT. This is our most requested topic we've ever received. And before we get started, let me give you a quick overview of why we do these live streams and what the Port St. Lucie Business Club is. And then I'll introduce Jose and we'll get started. And I see we have some folks in the chat. Kara, thank you for joining us. Are you early? No, you are here at the exact perfect moment. We are getting started momentarily. Sope, welcome. Great to see everyone joining. And so what is the Port St. Lucie Business Club? We are a professional networking organization. It started about 4 months ago. We went from 0 to over almost 2,000 members in just 4 months. We are a free group for the Treasure Coast. So if anyone is from the Treasure Coast and you haven't joined our group, go ahead and join our Facebook group. We have a private group with over 1,900 members. And we're trying to do something different. We're trying to educate the local business community by doing events like this. We also do in-person networking events about once a month. We also do daily discussions in the group. And I won't bore you with all the details, but it's a really cool place to grow your business. And it's different. We think it's different from a lot of the other opportunities that are out there because we're doing things like this. Andrea, thank you for joining. Joseph, thanks for joining. I see a whole bunch of people rolling in. So with that, let me introduce Jose, and then we will get in to the most important topic that we're going to be covering, which is ChatGPT. So our speaker today is Jose from Recon Media. He's the founder and CEO of Recon Media. He's a seasoned expert with over a decade of experience in the digital marketing sphere, and he established Recon Media in 2015, and he recognized there was a significant gap in the market where small and medium businesses and local businesses were just failing to capitalize on digital marketing opportunities. So under Jose's leadership, Recon Media has been steadfast in their commitment to delivering ROI-centric services. He's all about helping small businesses get that return on investment or that ROI. And today we're going to be talking about ChatGPT. I'm sure we've all heard about it. Many of us are probably dabbling with it and using it, but are we getting the most out of it? So that's what we're going to find out. So with that, let me turn it over to Jose. First of all, let me welcome you. Jose, thank you for doing this. How's everything going?
Everything is going well. So thank you so much for having me on here, Nicholas. It's a pleasure. I'm super excited to share this presentation with everybody and answer questions. And even doing a little live demo at the end to kind of show people what it kind of looks like when it's actually working.
Awesome. Yeah, and thank you for mentioning questions. So first of all, we will totally be taking questions. You can put your questions in the chat or in the comments section, whether you're watching this on Facebook Live or on YouTube Live. And then we'll either get to the questions during, or some of the questions we'll probably get during the demo. We'll get to them towards the end, but we will try to get to every single question. And also, yes, this is being recorded, so you can always go back and watch the live stream again once it finishes. So yeah, Jose, take it away. We can get started. You can begin the presentation, and then I'm sure we'll see some questions and some more folks roll in as we get going.
Awesome. Here we go. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, did it come up?
Let's see. Yes, let me make sure it's there. There we go.
Boom, there we go.
Cool.
All right. So this is ChatGPT for local businesses, really unlocking the creativity, efficiency, and even customer engagement tools that you can pull from ChatGPT. As Nicholas mentioned, my name is Jose Victor Castellanos. I'm the founder of Recon Media, Inc. I have over 10 years of digital marketing experience, helping local businesses not just execute on digital marketing strategies, but actually learn about digital marketing and the different options and what really works for their specific situation at the point of where their business is at this time or the time that we speak. Typically, the main things that I help businesses with is lead generation, Google Ads, Meta Ads, which is Facebook and Instagram, SEO, and Google Business Profiles. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at J Victor Cast. So I'd be happy to connect with you and chat with you there and keep the conversation going. Who's this presentation for? It's really for the business owner that's looking to learn a little bit and understand how ChatGPT can actually help their business grow. And so my pledge to you is to provide a firm understanding of the basics of ChatGPT and how it can help your business. I'm even going to include some prompts to help you get started so you can really, leverage ChatGPT. So ChatGPT essentially is just a tool. It's a tool that can help you with multiple things. Think of it like a Swiss Army knife. Can help you with writing captivating content, automating tasks, engaging with customers, coming up with creative ideas, and it can be used across multiple businesses. It doesn't matter what type of business you are in, ChatGPT can be utilized in your business for multiple things. So such things as generating human quality texts, writing emails, website copy. A lot of businesses struggle with website copy. ChatGPT can help you with putting together all your website copy. Product descriptions. If you sell products online, writing product descriptions is not easy. This will help you with that. There's a lot of tasks that you do every day that are repetitive. You can automate a lot of those tasks with ChatGPT as well. One of the biggest areas that most people struggle with is creative ideas. And that's where ChatGPT has really been able to help a lot of the small business owners with their marketing campaigns, products, slogans, taglines, ad copy, and much more. And then it can also be used to enhance customer engagement by leveraging chat bots and creating personalized responses for your business automatically. So here's some real world examples. So here's a restaurant. So let's say a restaurant, you can utilize ChatGPT for creating mouthwatering descriptions of your dishes, thematic menus. So if you have Valentine's Day coming up, you want to create a theme around it and create a menu around it, it can help you create your entire menu and really create something that has a real theme to it. Can help you create social media captions, write restaurant stories, and even help you create polls and quizzes in order to get people to engage with you on social media. Chatbots can help with answering quick questions on your website. So frequently asked questions, it can automatically just answer them as people type them in, as a human would respond to them. Your website copy, as I mentioned earlier, really creating really good website copy, not just putting a bunch of pictures on there and that's it. You need to have a little bit of copy on there to explain what it is that you do and how you help people. In this case, in the restaurants, essentially you want to really get people to come to the restaurant. You want that copy to be enticing enough for them to come. And optimizing your online presence. So as a local business, you want to be able to be found. And one of the best ways to be found is organically through SEO. And this can help you with optimizing your website with your meta titles, descriptions, and the website content itself with very specific keywords from keyword research that it can help you put together. Now to another extreme, bookkeepers. Bookkeepers can also leverage ChatGPT for their website copy. Most bookkeepers focus on numbers, not really writing website copy. So this will help with making very clear and concise website copy so that as visitors come to your website, they're able to understand what it is that you do and how you're able to help them and how they're able to get in contact with you. It can help you with writing very creative and informative blogs. As a bookkeeper, you want to provide as much value as possible and educate the consumer. The small business owner, in most cases, isn't very aware about different options when it comes to bookkeeping, why they should have a bookkeeper, and so forth. You can write blogs about that and share that. And ChatGPT can write it all for you. It can help you with writing your emails, Another great way with bookkeepers is creating webinars. And a lot of times you may be like, oh, I can't create a webinar. I don't have no clue where to get started. Well, ChatGPT can help you come up with ideas and also write the entire script for you, so that all you have to do is rehearse the script, add your own little jazz to it, and then you can create your webinar. It can help you with personalizing communication with the emails. Appointment reminders can be automatically sent out. And one of the best things is creating templates. So you can create templates to systematize processes within your business, such as onboarding, maybe sending out proposals. All of those templates can be created through ChatGPT. You adjust them, create them, save them, and now you have processes, templates for your processes to make your business more efficient. Realtors. So realtors can also leverage the creativity of creating really dynamic listing descriptions, not just the boring house on the cul-de-sac, quarter acre lot or whatever it may be, like something really more engaging that's going to get someone to be like, oh shoot, I should look into this home. Creating blogs specifically around the area that you service. So if you needed help writing blogs in order for SEO, this can help you and create very specific blogs around the locations that you live in, and any information that you give it, it can write the blog for you. The other thing is it can help you with automating the tasks, such as your property brochures. It can be already drafted for you. Your reports, your rental agreements, any type of simple agreements can also be put through there to get things going faster. And then it can also help you with creating scripts. So say you are a realtor and you're bringing on a new person onto your team, and they have no experience at open houses. So now you can actually have ChatGPT create a script for you around an open house and help them learn how to run an open house, right? And so ChatGPT can help you create that template, as well as any types of presentation templates for how you present to your buyers or sellers. And so those were a few real world businesses that can utilize ChatGPT and some of the ways that they can utilize it. But everybody should really start utilizing it. And here are a couple tips on kind of how to get started. The first thing is really start small and experiment. So I'm going to be sharing with you some prompts that you will be able to experiment with. At the end, I'll give you a link where you can actually download a document with all the with a few prompts in there to get you started. But you just want to kind of experiment with it and play around with it and kind of see how it works, so that you can use it to the best of your ability. You want to be as specific as possible and provide as much context as possible to it. The more information you provide to it, the better response you're going to get. Fact check it. If you're using the free version, it is not completely up to date as far as the information that it has. It is behind. If you have the paid version, it does search the internet. It can have more information, but you still need to fact check it, because you just need to always fact check it. You just don't know what it says. So always make sure to read it and make any edits. And if you're utilizing it for website copy or utilizing it for blogs, make sure to add your own jazz to it and not just copy and paste it. Embrace the learning curve. There's going to be a learning curve. You may put in a prompt and be like, wait, what the heck did it just spit out at me? So it's just about kind of learning and understanding how to utilize it. And then utilize resources and support, right? You can reach out to me. There's obviously YouTube where you can learn a whole bunch of stuff and actually see how to utilize ChatGPT further. So here I'm going to kind of go over to a demo. Let me just move this out of the way. I'll bring that back in a second. Nicholas, you still here?
I am here. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the demo. I can't see
Awesome.
the questions or anything right now,
No worries.
but let me go ahead and pull up some prompts, and I'm going to share this. All right. Um, so one of the things that I mentioned through the presentation is, oh, and by the
I think
way, in
we
order
still
to
see
get,
live demo on the page on the screen. Is that what we're supposed to be
okay,
seeing?
that is not, let me see if I can change that real
Okay.
quick.
Yeah, and while you do that, just
Oh,
to
okay, I see.
clarify,
Yeah, go ahead.
maybe we can clarify what a prompt is, because I know that's a common question. What is a prompt exactly?
Yeah, so a prompt is essentially giving it instructions, right? It's really letting it know, what it is that you want it to give back to you, right? So you're essentially giving it its instructions on what you want.
Awesome.
All right, I
Okay, I think
switched
I
screens.
yep,
There we
there we
go.
go.
Cool. All right, awesome. And so if you wanted to get to ChatGPT, it is chat.openai.com. ChatGPT was created by a company called OpenAI. So you can always go to openai.com and look through there. They have the drop down, and you can just select chat and it will take you to it. You do have to register, but once you register, this is the free version. And then it gives you down here an area that says message ChatGPT. And so I'm going to go ahead. During the presentation, I talked about creating how real estate agents could use it to create more compelling descriptions for their listings. So here is a prompt for a real estate agent. It says, pretend that you're a real estate copywriter, right? Because you need copywriters or who write copy. Write a 1-paragraph description that gets buyers interested in the following home. And I didn't really put a lot to this. I only put 3,400 square feet, located on the water in Palm Beach, Florida, 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, 4-car garage. And then I go ahead and hit enter. And so automatically it's gone ahead and spit out a paragraph for me for this home. And so what it says is, I'm not sure if you can read that. It's probably really small on your screen, but it says, step into the lap of luxury with this exquisite waterfront residence in the heart of Palm Beach, Florida, boosting an impressive 3,400 square feet of meticulously designed living space. It even uses very fancy words. All right, so you can actually tell it how you want the copy to come back. So if you wanted it to be more friendly, you want it to be more talk like a pirate, or if you wanted it to have a certain tone, you can have it. If you want it to be angry, happy, whatever you want, more friendly, you can actually just tell it to rewrite it in that form. So
Can you do that? Yeah, rewrite.
rewrite.
Maybe do rewrite as a pirate. I think that would be interesting just to see and just to demonstrate how flexible ChatGPT can be. Yeah, there's really nothing it can't do.
Arr,
It nailed it.
arr, my hearties. Yep. So it puts a little jazz to it. Stow your for prize. Yeah.
Shiver
So
me
it's definitely.
timbers. It's a home fit for the saltiest of dogs and the fanciest of buccaneers.
Yep. Yeah. So it adds it can automatically just adjust the tone to whatever you want it to be. So that's the beauty of it. So let me show you another prompt here. Um, so this is one. So like I mentioned, a lot of people struggle with content. So a lot of the things that I do with clients when it comes to on the consulting side is helping them use ChatGPT to create more content. So this prompt is, I'm going to do this one. This was for a bookkeeper to get some content ideas. And so, oh, and a quick little tip, if you needed to go to another line, because as soon as you hit, if you're on a desktop, as soon as you hit enter, it's going to submit it. But if you hit shift and return, it'll go down to the next line. So some people didn't know that. I've run into that a lot. So if you need to do that, you can do that. But here it says, pretend you're a marketing researcher, identify the top 10 questions business owners have around bookkeeping and having a bookkeeper. So now what it's going to do is going to give me the top 10 questions that most business owners have around bookkeeping, so that I have ideas so I can answer those questions with my content. So let's pick a question. We'll do this. When is the right time to hire a bookkeeper for my business? So now I'm going to prompt it with this one. So I already have these typed out and saved for this presentation specifically. But it just says now, write a 500-word blog that answers when is the right time to hire a bookkeeper. And so now it automatically spits out an entire blog of 500 words or close to it or over, on the topic. And so down here at the very bottom, there's actually a little clipboard. You can actually just hit this little clipboard. It'll actually copy it, and then you can paste it into a document. But it gives you everything from the title, introduction, headings, everything. And then if you wanted to utilize it, you're utilizing it for SEO, you can also ask it to write the meta titles and descriptions.
And I think it's interesting because I remember when I first saw this a year ago when it first came out, we immediately try to compare it with things that we already know, which is like how Google search works, where it's trying to find content that already exists on the internet and put it in front of you. But that's not what it's doing here. It's literally predicting the next word, and it's doing that in almost real time, which is just crazy. So that, like, if you search for this exact text on Google, it's not going to come back as a match because this is completely new text that it is literally creating on the fly. So if anyone is still like trying to think like how does it work? It's literally predicting what the next word should be, but it's doing that based on so much training and so much data that it's able to do it almost, I would say, more effectively than a human.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And that's why a lot of businesses are utilizing it even for chatbots, right? So instead of having to hire someone to manage a online chat, ChatGPT can, manage it because it can communicate back and forth. And it's all about training it, right? So when you're utilizing it for chatbots, you have to train the bot on all the different things within your business, frequently asked questions, whatever it is that you're having it do. Even customer service for order management, when people inquire about where's their order. So there's a lot of different ways to utilize ChatGPT. You can utilize it even for analyzing your data. All right. So if you're a bookkeeper, you can actually put in a bunch of spreadsheets and it can actually analyze all the data for you and put together a report.
Yeah, it's crazy. You could upload a PDF and say, compare this PDF against this other PDF and find commonalities, and it'll do that. I see we have some questions coming in. We have a question
Yeah.
from Desiree that I'll put up here on the screen. Desiree says, "Do you feel like it could hurt your social pages if you only use AI? How much of their own voice should one be using?" What would you say, Jose?
Well, you should always use your own voice. So even if you're utilizing ChatGPT, like I mentioned, don't just copy and paste it. You want to prompt it to talk like you, right? So you can actually get it to learn more about you as far as the way you want it to give you responses. So I wouldn't, you know, if you're utilizing it for every single social media post, it's just a matter of editing what it is that it gives you, and kind of putting your own little spin to it and touch to it, so that it is coming still from you and it's not just
Yeah.
a copy and paste, response.
It's a good point. We have a comment from Andrea. She says, "I love using AI. It has helped me with my business stuff and even how to respond to my teenager in certain situations." Yeah, I mean, I've personally used it to respond to client emails where it's really complex and I'm don't really know what the best way to word something is, or if I need to make something sound better. If you're trying to convince a friend of a certain point of view, you can sort of put in your take and then try to have it help you figure out how to convey a certain side of an argument. It's really crazy. Are there any unique use cases like that, Jose, that you're familiar with or personally using it for?
Well, that's funny. Actually, it's talking about utilizing it for teenagers. So my son is in 6th grade. He had a project for the planet, or I don't know if it was planets. I don't know, something with space, but he had to do a whole bunch of research on something that was out there. And he's like, I can't find this one thing. I don't know where. I can't find it. I don't know what the answer is. I'm like, go, just ask ChatGPT. He's like, no, Dad, I can't do that. I can't do that. That's not allowed. I'm like, all right, well, keep searching.
Yeah, do it the old-fashioned way.
Do it the old-fashioned way and go to the library.
If anyone has questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. We will be taking your questions. I know the million-dollar question that's on everyone's mind is, what does this mean for the future of work? Are robots going to replace us? Are we going to all be obsolete? I mean, Jose, you literally just generated a blog post in 20 seconds. Think about what we would have paid someone to do even, a year ago. It's kind of scary. It is scary. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, if you really get into this realm of AI, you'll start learning different terms. You'll learn specific AI, narrow AI, and then this term called general AI, AGI, artificial general intelligence. And that's like the point at which AI truly becomes smarter than every human on earth. And that hasn't happened yet. But depending on who you ask, we're pretty close to that. And when that happens, things could get kind of weird. So what's your
That's
take
gonna
on
be
where this
interesting.
yeah, so what's your take on where this puts us as an economy, as workers, especially as knowledge workers, when we're the ones that have been writing this type of content for so long? And are people still going to be needed as this continues to evolve? Are they going to be needed for these types of roles?
Well, yeah, so that's a great question. And so with the copywriting, right? Copywriters, most marketing agencies are leveraging some sort of AI for
Mm,
copywriting. Copywriters are probably likely struggling right now because it's very difficult to, you know, you know, get clients if they know about ChatGPT
yeah,
or other AIs, right? Like Jasper AI, which was like one of the first ones
one of
that
the
really
first.
got pushed
Yeah,
out there when it comes to writing content. But there's even now there's platforms. There's a platform called Reloom,
mm,
which will actually create an entire website for you, from everything from the sitemap all the way to getting it ready for completion for design and going live.
yeah,
So there's a lot of different things that you can do with AI. Uh, and I even have a list of over 20 AI tools for businesses. I see Nicholas just shared the screen there. So
yeah,
I do have a free download for you for anyone that attended and would like to download this. It's chatgpt.reconmediainc.com. It's actually 3 easy ways that small business owners can use ChatGPT. It just has 3 prompts in there to help you out. One about creating processes for your business, one for creating email templates to speed up your communication, onboarding, sending out proposals, any types of email templates. And then the third one is the coming up with content, which is the one I just shared. So that one's in there. And then also you'll receive in there, there's also a document for over 20 other AI tools that are out there. So there's a ton of different AI tools out there
yeah,
that you can use. So my whole thing is really just kind of get familiar with what's going on out there, and ways that you can implement it into your business to really speed up things. Right. So sending out, proposals, onboarding new clients, customer engagement, right? Email sequences, nurturing customers. A lot of people struggle with that with email marketing. They're like, I don't know what to send.
mm,
Use ChatGPT to come up with 12 emails. Now you have an email for every single month. Now you have a monthly newsletter, and you could likely do that in 5 minutes or less.
yeah. Yeah, definitely check out that resource. I think it's a must-have. There's so many great tips in there. Let me share it one more time here so that we can. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so we'll put the link in the chat as well. Let me put it on Facebook real quick. We also have another question from Daniel. I think this is a really interesting one. Let's bring this question up. So Daniel says the number one challenge I have with it is being mindful of investment advice or recommendations. Thankfully, ChatGPT tells you it isn't an investment advisor. good for now, right? It's getting so smart. It can give general knowledge and language, but not specific recommendations. How would you use it as a registered fiduciary? Well, what do you think?
Ooh. So that's a great question. I have heard about a lot more AI being utilized in investments, in portfolios, and planning, and all these things. So I would definitely be on the cutting edge when it comes to that, because those are tools that are going to help your business, right? Because you can speed things up within your business. But then it's a matter of, when it comes to investment, it's still a personal connection when it comes to your investor, right? The person that's giving you advice, right? You still want to have a relationship with that person. So I would still utilize it, for educational purposes, putting out very educational things. And I don't know what level of financial advisor you are, if you only work with the very wealthy, or if you work with, everybody. But you can cater your content to your target audience. But I would definitely be on top of the different tools
Mhm.
and that are in your industry, because I've heard of, there's a lot of them that are coming out,
Yeah.
and some of them are completely like full service, do it yourself investment advising. So in your case, it's probably going to be about why you should still be working with an advisor.
Yeah, you could use ChatGPT to come up with ideas for how to explain to a client why they shouldn't take investment advice from ChatGPT. But I think you bring up
And
a good point.
you can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point about specific tools for each industry. I think that's the next big leap that we're going to see, especially in 2024. Is right now we have this base of ChatGPT, which itself has been built on a lot of other bases below it. Because remember, ChatGPT is sort of the chat interface of the GPT model, which was based on all the research that Google had done with GPT, but that's a whole another story. But I think in the next couple of years, what we're going to start seeing are these industry specific models that are sitting on top of ChatGPT that are going to be built and trained specifically for those verticals. So you'll probably see, if not already, I'm sure that people are building one for fiduciaries and for investment advice and financial advisors.
Yep, absolutely. And I also wanted to mention, I know we've been talking about ChatGPT, but if, and you mentioned Google.
Yeah.
And so Google also has its own chatbot that you can use, very similar to ChatGPT, called Barb. And
Okay.
it works really, really well. It is connected to the internet. The nice thing about that one, it does give you resources also, if you're using it for research. So it's pretty interesting. So the battle for who's the top AI company out there is
Yeah.
on. Google is very interesting because they do have access to the entire, catalog of the internet, being that they
Yeah.
have it all indexed. So we'll see. It's going to be
And it's
interesting.
kind of ironic that the GPT model was, I believe, it was originally it was created by a research team from Google. So if you
I
go back
believe
and
so.
look at the GPT, which stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer, it's just so ironic that Google's the one that sort of created it, but then their competitor, OpenAI, is the one that really made it commercially viable. And now Google's trying to catch up. And then there's Claude, which is from Anthropic, which is personally, I like Claude better for like long-term content. If you're trying to write a lot of content or you're trying to upload a bunch of documents and get it to analyze those documents. So you can go to Claude. I think it's Claude.ai. It's Claude with an E at the end. But I think OpenAI and ChatGPT is really the one that everyone knows about. And also on the mobile app, you can do you can talk to it, which is really cool. And the
Yes.
voices it'll talk back to you are so natural. It's like talking to a person. I believe you need to be on a paid plan, which I wanted to ask you. What is your take on should people upgrade or not to the $20 a month ChatGPT Pro?
I think it would be at a certain point, right? Like if you're just getting started and you're not sure, how to utilize it and how you want to, utilize it for your business, then you might as well just use the free one, kind of, play around with it. And then as you learn more about it, how you can utilize it for your business, maybe you're like, oh, maybe I want, there's this tool that I can use for AI that uses ChatGPT that'll be a chatbot for my website.
Yeah,
I want to utilize that, but I need to have the paid version for that.
yeah,
And then at that point, you may want to, do that. But I definitely think that you should start on the free version. As you use it more, then upgrade, especially if you're utilizing it for more and more content, and you want things to be, you want the latest and greatest, because there is a difference. Most people say that once you switch to the paid version, you never go back. Uh,
Yep.
I don't know how true that is, but I'm good with either one. So
Yeah. And it's $20 a month, pretty affordable compared to what we pay for some of these other tools that we use. Joseph
yes.
says custom GPTs. Yeah, custom GPTs. I don't even know that much about it. I know that's like the new way of creating like a custom experience inside of ChatGPT. Joseph says excited to see the store back up. Yeah, so my understanding is the OpenAI is building like an app store basically, right? That's similar to
Yeah, I
the
heard about that
iOS
recently.
app store. That's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, so essentially you'll just pick the app that you want, and it's already sitting on top of ChatGPT and
Yeah,
does
it's like a
everything you want it
platform.
to.
It feels like this is a moment where it's very similar to when the iPhone came out and the App Store came out, and now's the time to take advantage of it because we saw so many companies take advantage of when the iOS, the Apple, App Store came out and made a fortune. Whether it was just leveraging that type of platform or building a company to create or sell apps, and I feel like this is probably even bigger than that. So we're living through a very interesting time. It's going to be interesting looking back on this and seeing the infancy of ChatGPT because it's only been out for 1 year and it's already one of the most, if not the most successful products in history. If you look at the adoption rate.
Right. Yeah, that was one of the big things when it first launched, was the how quickly it got to certain numbers over, comparable um, platforms.
Yeah. Let's see if there's any other questions. If anyone has a final question before we wrap up, go ahead and put it in the chat. Let me pull up the URL one more time for the book. So we have chatgpt.reconmediainc.com. I encourage everyone to download the resource. It's going to be a really good way of not only recapping what we covered, but also getting access to those recommended tools. There's so many tools out there. Jose did a great job of compiling everything into one document. You can download it for free at chatgpt.reconmediainc.com. And let's see if there was any other comments or questions here. I don't see any. So as we wrap up, Jose, any final thoughts before we go, or where can people connect with you and learn more about what you do?
Yeah. So as far as final thoughts go, try it out. If you've never used it, definitely use it. It's a game changer. But you definitely want to play around with it and get to know how it works. You can definitely reach out to me if you do have any questions, want some help on kind of learning and understanding how you can utilize it for your business. You can reach out to me at jose@reconmediainc.com. That's my email address. Like I mentioned, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at jvictorcast. You can always connect and reach out to me there. So I'm pretty easy to find. You can just Google my name. You'll come across my websites and the company's website, Recon Media Inc. So yeah, I'm happy to connect to everywhere, and LinkedIn
You're everywhere.
and
Yeah,
TikTok.
because you have to be. You have to be these days. You have to be everywhere, especially as a marketer. Well, thank you to everyone who joined us. Thank you to everyone who's going to be watching the recordings and everyone who participated in the comments. This was a fantastic presentation. I learned a lot of new things that I'm going to start testing out, and hopefully you did as well. If you want to see us cover a specific topic in the future, you can reach out to me. You can leave a comment. We're going to be doing these live streams on a regular basis, so we want to just make them as valuable as possible. So any business topic is on the table. So let us know what you want us to cover, and make sure to join Port St. Lucie Business Club's private group if you haven't already done so. I'll put a link in the comments. And Jose, thank you so much for joining us. This
Thank
was a
you.
wealth of knowledge and we really appreciate it.
No, thank you. Appreciate
Okay.
it.
Have a